Hi, it is iYikKam time again. So due to reason there are many discussions. Today I like to share with you on hard, soft, square body or side body. What is this thing is about? Okay, now we need to be really careful and we need to really clean up Wing Chun now, because a lot of terminology is actually out of context. Okay, and for past few decades people has been using many names. Say, oh, iYikKam say this, Leong Zhan say this, Wong Hua Bo say this. Okay, for their own convenience or their own advantage. What does really iYikKam say that, Leong Zhan say that, Wong Hua Bo say that? Nobody knows. But what we know is we can find out today is a lot of things doesn't make sense. It is out of context. Okay? So we need to be careful. And I don't like to get into this politics in the lineages, because we want education. We want every Wing Chuner know exactly what is going on. Okay? Instead of having this out of context terminology, you mix up different stuff, you use different ancestor name for doing your advantages or convenient sales talks, what I'm talking about. Okay, so with all this internal and all kinds of stuff, it is a mess. And as the recent YouTube I share on Sun Fa, the body handling method, because we now have the Sun Fa, another tools, we be able to clearly know what is going on. And that's what we want to do, because we want every Wing Chuner to be educated. Okay, and we need to drop all this crazy lineage politics or convenience of using the ancestor to say this, say that, say that. Okay, now also we need to get rid of this internal this and that. Okay, now let's talk about hard and soft. We want to use techniques called Hun Sao. Everybody know this Hun Sao, right? To clarify what is hard and soft. Okay, now you see people do this Hun Sao, Hun Sao. They put their hand in the center line. They put their this elbow here. So their Hun Sao is like that. Okay, this is in the center line. I Hun this way. Okay, so they're going to flick this thing out like that. Well, you know what is this? This is a hard art. Hard, not soft, hard. And this is a long fist. Why? You put this here, your elbow is here, is guaranteed. You push your opponent away, it's guaranteed. You cannot get close to him. And then you turn your hand this way, that is brute force. So this is called a hard way or gang. This is gang way. Okay, and this type of style is a long fist. You can never get close. Now, Wing Chun is a sticking body short strike. Wing Chun need to get in. So how is the proper way of the Hun Sao or Wing Chun? Wing Chun Hun Sao is the soft way. Soft way meaning you are not in the path and you are not going to against him with brute force. So how is Wing Chun soft way? In the sticking body short strike, Wing Chun soft way doing Hun Sao according to Wing Chun is this. That's what it is. Okay, instead of going here like forcing, flicking, all this thing, is actually you slide in like a snake. You slide in like a snake. Why? I don't want to do anything with it. I want to lead him out. That is the soft way. Okay? Now, Wing Chun don't stop there. Remember we talked about the impulse handling? Wing Chun don't do this kind of thing moving hand. Wing Chun deal with the momentum. And Wing Chun need to handle this body. Okay? So from here, he strike at you. You do the pin sao. Okay? You hook him. You walk in. Okay? And when you walk in, there are two changes here. One changes is, remember the elbow, like in the BUG, the elbow strike. Another one is the throw. The throw. There are two changes here. So when from here, when you get in, okay, depend on him, you can strike with this, or you can do a throw. Okay, that is Wing Chun. That is the soft way. So as why keeping saying that is like the BJJ. BJJ is playing in the ground. Wing Chun play in standing. Okay, that is the soft way. Don't get anybody to get you out of context and this internal chi and soft and hard, but doesn't know what the heck's going on. Okay, now all this thing is according to the Chinese martial art. This is simple. Why? It's like you study electrical engineering. You study Ohm's law. There's voltage, current, and resistance. There is inductor, resistor, and capacitor. You start with this basic. And so we know this is the hard way. This cannot get in. This is a long fist. A short strike is going to go here, soft way. And then because you're dealing with momentum, not techniques. Based on the situations, I can use the BUG, cut tongue, okay, or I slide in doing a throw. Okay. Now, speaking of a side body or square body, notice this. When I walk in here, don't I look at him, Quyền Chong San Fat, fist strike issue from heart, I square, seeing him here, ready to strike him, depend on how he do, and then I adapt to him. Either I do the cup jump or I do the throw, okay? Do the cup jump or I do the throw, then I do that. Then this is a side body. So what are you talking about? Wing Chun have this square body and side body. What the heck are you talking about? When you are here, as soon as it's Wing Chun, it's both square body and side body. It's nonsense to talk about, oh, Wing Chun is a square body or side body. It's nonsense, okay? That's why we need to follow the ancient traditional Chinese teaching. It's like it go into electrical engineering. It is resistor, capacitor, inductor. You cannot say, oh, this is electrical engineering based on capacitor. This is electrical engineering based on inductor. What are you talking about? If it's electrical engineering, it has to be resistance, inductance, capacitance. Otherwise, nonsense, okay? It's that simple. So, that is how it is. So this is a hard way. You're going to flick this thing, put the elbow here. This is a hard way. This is a long fist. This is going to fight force with force. Okay, this one. And the soft way is this. Enter the body. From here, accord to him, you use the BUG, cup tongue, or accord to him, you can throw. Depend on how he change. Okay? Now, finally, I want to get you guys to really careful on this. Get rid of this wall mount. Wing Chun is not other art. Why? You know that when I get into here, this is actually a wrong position. This is a wrong position. I need to be like this. I need to be like this, not like this. Not like this. This is a wrong position. I need to be like this. Like this. Okay? I'm here. So he turned one side, I slide it one way, it on the other way, I throw him on the other way. I has to be like here. So this thing, wall mount, is make one stuck. It's no longer Wing Chun because you cannot get it. So that's how the dummy is about with the wall mount. Okay. So this I'd like to share with you. Think about it clearly. I don't like this lineage politics or all this stuff. We need to talk technical. Okay. If we cannot do this over here with all the 7 bolts, activate. Forget about it. You're going to go fighting this way, 1 bolt, 2 bolt, 3 bolt. Actually, it's 2 bolt only, 1 bolt, 2 bolt. And people come at you with the 7 bolt, 6 bolt, wrapping at you. They have 7 degree or at least 6 degree of degree freedom. If you want to talk about AI robot, and you have only 2 degree. Okay, the most you have 3 degree of the degree of freedom. How the hell are you going to fight a robot with a 3 degree of freedom with a 7 degree of freedom? It's purely technical. Okay. So this is to share with you. Again, I have all the respect to the ancestor or the grandmaster of the past of the Wing Chun Kuen. They do what they need to do. But here we need to clean things up, make things into context. We know exactly what it is. Otherwise, you don't have Wing Chun art. You go keeping talking, keeping arguing lineage. Okay? It is like electrical engineering. Do you know the Ohm's law? Do you know the Kirchhoff law? Do you know the inductance, capacitance, and the resistance, how to use it? Disregard of how advanced your nanometer technology, you still need that. And this is what I'm talking about. So this is what for you today. And also, don't get into those soft like Tai Chi. So what soft like Tai Chi? Just look at your Yun Sao. Anybody who said they are grandmaster of the soft Wing Chun, internal and so forth, look at their Yun Sao. If their Yun Sao doing this way, you know that they have no idea what is a soft. Soft is this. Slide in like a snake. You want to talk about snake engine? It's slide in. That's simple. And then you're using your Fuji or so forth. And then you're not going to train with this type of dummy. That's why I have my fighting simulator as what the MMA practice. I can go to 360 degrees, not this thing. Okay? So this is for you today.